Welcome to the 15th MEUS3 Training and Education video series for Arma Reforger. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the medical systems in Arma Reforger, specifically for those making the transition from Arma 3. As you shift from the more intricate mechanics of Arma 3 to the streamlined experience in Reforger, you'll notice some key changes in how battlefield medicine is managed. Don't worry, we're here to guide you through everything you need to know to keep your squad mission ready in this new environment. In Arma 3, with the ACE and CAT medical systems, corpsmen had to handle a wide range of injuries, from fractures to vital signs, creating a detailed and sometimes overwhelming experience. With Arma Reforger, things have changed, offering a simpler yet still effective approach to battlefield treatment. Reforger's medical system is designed for faster and more accessible care, allowing you to quickly treat wounds, apply bandages, and stabilize casualties without needing the extensive medical knowledge required in Arma 3. However, just like in Arma 3, the timing and decision-making are critical. Knowing when and how to deliver first aid can still be the difference between saving a teammate and losing them, and while you'll have fewer tools at your disposal in Reforger, the stakes remain high. In this video, we'll break down the essential tools and strategies for treating your squad in Reforger, ensuring you're prepared for any situation on the battlefield. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on updates and new content. Even though Arma 3 and Arma Reforger have different mechanics when it comes to treating casualties, the core procedures and tactics remain the same. Whether you're in Arma 3 or Reforger, the priority is always to finish the fight first. Once the immediate threat is handled, we follow the same structured approach to aid, starting with self-aid if you can, moving to buddy aid if a teammate needs assistance, and finally, corpsman aid once the situation is stable enough for more advanced treatment. These fundamental steps don't change with the game. It's always about keeping yourself and your team combat effective while following the proper medical procedures to save lives on the battlefield. To get started, you'll need to ensure you're properly equipped with the right medical supplies for both self-aid and buddy aid in Arma Reforger. Medical supplies can be found and equipped from the arsenal or supply points scattered around the map, or from supply crates set up by your team. When you access the arsenal or supply point, you'll see an interface where you can customize your loadout. Navigate to the section labeled Medical to find essential items like bandages, tourniquets, and morphine. These will be your primary tools for treating yourself and your teammates in the field. To optimize your efficiency in Arma Reforger, it's best to assign critical medical items to the quick action slots for rapid access in the field. Here's a practical setup. Bandage in slot 6. When someone is bleeding, the quickest way to stop it is by having a bandage ready. By assigning a bandage to slot 6, you can instantly equip it with a single keystroke and apply it to yourself or a teammate without delay. Tourniquet in slot 7. Severe wounds may require a tourniquet. Keeping this in slot 7 allows you to apply it immediately in case of heavy bleeding without having to open your inventory. Morphine in slot 8. Morphine is often necessary for pain management. Assigning it to slot 8 ensures you can administer it swiftly when needed, especially under fire or in a high-pressure situation. Since you need to have these items equipped in your hand to use them, having them in the quick action menu and bound to specific keys is the fastest way to access and apply them during combat or medical emergencies. This setup allows you to stay focused on the mission without fumbling through your inventory when every second counts. In a Reforger MILSIM setting, one possible solution to emphasize the importance of the corpsman role could be to restrict the carrying of advanced medical gear, such as morphine, saline, blood, and medkits, exclusively to corpsmen. This would ensure that the corpsman remains a vital part of the team and adds an extra layer of realism, as only trained medical personnel can administer such advanced treatment. Now let's look at how this impacts the procedures for self-aid, buddy aid, and Corpsman aid. When performing self-aid, the first priority is to secure the immediate area. Do not treat your injuries in an exposed position. Deploy smoke if necessary and move to cover or a safer location. Once in a relatively safe area, hit Tab to open your inventory and equip medical items like bandages or tourniquets, which should ideally be set in your quick action menu for faster access. If you are in pain, the screen may flash white, signaling the need for morphine to relieve the pain. If the screen flashes red, this indicates a more critical issue, and you will require saline to stabilize your condition. Start by applying bandages to any bleeding injuries, and if there is severe bleeding, use a tourniquet on the affected limb. Self-aid is meant to quickly stabilize your condition so that you can stay in the fight, but for more advanced treatment, you will need to call for a corpsman. When providing buddy aid, approach the downed teammate and assess their condition. If the only option available is search, that means they are KIA and no treatment is possible. However, if they are unconscious, deploy smoke if necessary and carry them to cover or a safer area for treatment. You can drop them by pressing left control plus X once you've reached safety. Next, check their injuries by holding a bandage in your hand and inspecting their limbs, chest, and head for signs of bleeding. You must have the bandage equipped to apply it directly to the injury. If the patient requires further treatment, such as morphine for pain relief or saline for critical conditions, call for a corpsman, as they may be the only ones authorized to administer these advanced treatments. As a corpsman administering corpsman aid, you are responsible for providing both basic and advanced medical care. If the patient is unstable, begin treatment immediately. Start by holding a bandage to inspect and treat injuries to the limbs, chest, and head for any bleeding. Apply the bandage to stop the bleeding and use a tourniquet if necessary. If the patient is in pain and their screen flashes white, administer morphine to alleviate it. If their screen flashes red, they will require saline to stabilize their condition. Since only corpsmen may be the ones carrying these advanced medical supplies, your role is essential to ensure your teammates are fully treated and ready to return to action. Once stabilized, all other general medical protocols apply. This approach reinforces the importance of securing the area before treatment, efficiently treating basic wounds, and ensuring that corpsmen handle advanced medical procedures to maintain team survival. To wrap up, we've covered the essentials of the medical system in Arma Reforger, focusing on how to efficiently treat downed teammates. By organizing your medical supplies and assigning key items like bandages, tourniquets, and morphine to the quick action menu, you ensure quick access during intense moments. Remember, time is critical, and having these items readily available can make the difference in keeping your squad alive. While the current system may be different from what some players are used to in Arma 3, it's a perfect opportunity to apply the Marine Corps' mentality: improvise, adapt, and overcome. As the game evolves, so will its mechanics. But with the tips we've covered, you'll be ready to respond swiftly and keep your team in the fight. Stay sharp and adapt as needed until the next mission. Semper Fi.